again for the next 2 years and 9 months. Are not to receive
Get your body sculpted with gym equipment and accessories from Benny's. Quality and savings.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank. Building the future together.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
At Habet and Abet and Brothers Abet, we've always proudly celebrated Women's Month. This year, we celebrate women keeping the balance at home, at work, and in their communities. That's why all March long, all women receive 15% off store-wide, from paints to plumbing and everything in between. Plus, 20 to 65% off lots more deals on sale and clearance. With trusted experience, top quality products, and service that's second to none, we're here to support women every step of the way. Visit or call us today. Happy Women's Month from all of us at Habet and Abet and Brothers Abet, doing our part to balance the scales.
At its launch in 2022-2023 academic year, the program supported 947 students across 4 secondary high schools. And I think we started off in the south side of Belize City. In the 2026-2027 fiscal period, the Education Upliftment Project will expand to 27 secondary schools reaching over 40,000 students. These numbers indicate an increase of more than 13,000 beneficiaries, representing growth of over 1,000% in less than 4 years. In 2026-2027, 100% of students enrolled in government secondary schools nationwide will attend school for free. Over 60% of all secondary school students in Belize, 60% of all students in Belize will benefit from free education, providing significant financial relief to more than 8,500 families.
In a democracy, what is good for the government cannot be bad for the people. And what is good for the people cannot be bad for the government.
We came a long way. It's like over 16 years that it was basically like 2-3 houses in that area.
It was wild. One high bush like jungle. I take my lick. Say no water, no light. I tell her no worry about that. We have figured it out.
You know, you wonder how long it will take for this to happen.
A year ago, you were considered squatters.
We made a picado and we came in. I'm a teenager. Everybody said it was swamp, it was swamp. When we get in here, it was like gold.
Today, you're landowners.
This that for we, and we proud of this.
Now we're claiming our house on the land.
We have worked so hard to make this happen for us.
This is a beautiful day, folks, because we are taking care of the people who have taken care of us. Because we wouldn't be here today without you.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. The PUC has imposed a tariff freeze on all telecommunications services offered by BTL, though to December 31, 2028. The freeze locks in BTL's prices at current levels. Any change in fees or charges during the 2-year, 9-month period would require prior approval by the PUC. An application for changes or the introduction of tariffs for new bundle services must be submitted 90 days prior. The freeze applies to bundle services, migration of subscribers, new tariff or services, and application procedures. The PUC has posted all BTL's existing tariffs on its website at www.puc.bz. Justice Nigel Pilgrim is set to deliver his verdict on the triple Ramnerace murder on May 29 at 1 p.m. Until then, the defendant, former police officer Elmer Nah, remains on remand. The shocking murders caught on surveillance footage occurred on December 31, 2022. Brothers John and David died the same night, but Vivian survived 15 days, long enough to provide a statement that was entered into evidence following a voir dire in the case. The defense and the Crown made brief closing submissions this morning. Nah's attorney, Dr. Lyndon Jones, highlighted that their central dispute is with the identity of the suspect. He argued that the Crown, led by Special Prosecutor Terrence Williams, did not prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Nah was the gunman, and that the rationale explanation that arises from the case is mistaken identification. In relation to Vivian Ramnarese's statement, Jones stated that even an honest witness can be mistaken and that identification evidence given in difficult circumstances requires careful scrutiny. He outlined that the Crown's evidence rests on 1. Vivian's statement, 2. A photo array identification, and 3. Circumstantial evidence including the surveillance video, boots, and a headlamp. In her case, Jones noted that her evidence is hearsay as she cannot be cross-examined for reliability to be tested. In Vivian's case, Jones said her statement was delivered in a hospital setting shortly after surgery and after having experienced extreme violence and seeing loved ones shot. He affirmed that trauma, fear, and shock could have significantly affected her recollection of events. He also argued that having seen Na on the news did not equate a sustained familiarity with the accused. He also challenged the reliability of the photo array as Vivian is reported to have said, quote, "The person looked like number 10, and there were no follow-ups." He further pointed out that no identification parade was conducted. The Crown rebutted that Vivian had a perfect score on a cognitive assessment performed by doctors and said the details she shared match what was observed in the video. Jones challenged the circumstantial evidence, saying the video does not clearly identify the assailant as the assailant's face is not clearly visible and no distinctive features clearly link to Na. He also stated that the boots and headlamp presented as belonging to Na were generic items and there was no DNA evidence linking the boots to the scene, nor fingerprint evidence or gunshot residue connecting Na to the weapon or shooting. He concluded that where there is doubt about who the shooter was, the benefit of the doubt must be given to the accused. Whereas the Crown is relying on inconsistent statements from Na about his whereabouts, Jones maintained that even if the court finds Na was untruthful, a lie by itself cannot prove guilt. In his submissions, Williams argued that Na provided radically different accounts of his whereabouts and the statement he gave to the investigator and what he shared during his unsworn statement in voir dire. In addition, the Crown noted that even Na's alibi witness, his cousin Amin Na, provided yet a different account of Na's whereabouts. He added as well that Na's cousin actually testified that the boots belonged to Na and that he, Na, admitted that boots retrieved from the back of his truck were his. People flocked to gas stations Thursday night following the report that the price of fuel at the pumps would be increasing by more than $1 per gallon for regular and premium. In Belize City, regular increased by $1.20, going from $11.82 to $13.02. Premium has gone up by $1.23, reaching $13.76 per gallon. In Belmopan, lines of vehicles were captured at all gas stations as Belizeans who could afford it sought to fill their tanks before increased pain at the pumps. The sharp rise in fuel prices is being blamed on the war in the Middle East. The government is being looked upon to act in the event that fuel prices continue to increase due to the international pressures. The government heavily relies on tax on fuel as a source of revenue for its expenditure. If you recall, in the months leading up to the 2025 general elections, Jeremy Enriquez had joined the efforts to push for a redistricting prior to the elections. According to the Constitution of Belize, the constituencies should have as far as practically a similar number of voters to ensure equal share of resources and equal representation. Enriquez asked the court to block the elections, but the application for an injunction was rejected at the High Court. He then appealed, but the Court of Appeal struck out 3 of his appeals. Enriquez, who is being represented by senior counsel Anand Ramlogan, has now taken the case before the Caribbean Court of Justice. The hearing began on Thursday. Ramlogan provided a background on the case.
There are 3 applications for leave, for special leave, and we will address those in the context of the orders made at the case management hearing, whereby we seek to treat the hearing of the applications as the substantive hearing of the appeals itself. My lords, the genesis of these matters arise out of a claim filed on the 10th of February 2025, which seems a rather long time ago now in retrospect. And that claim is a constitutional claim that had to do with a provision in the Belizean Constitution that requires redistricting to ensure there's an equality of votes. That claim was filed on the 10th of February 2025, and there was pre-action correspondence between the parties that preceded it. On the 11th of February, an application for urgent interim relief was filed because, notwithstanding the exchange of pre-action correspondence, by virtue of which certain undertakings were sought to prevent the general election from occurring without redistricting taking place, because the appellant's position is that that would not be a constitutional way to proceed with the elections. In those circumstances, the flurry of activity that led to the announcement of the general election led to an application for urgent interim relief. It was in those circumstances that the application was heard on, it was filed on the 10th of February, heard on the 12th of February, and judgment was reserved. On the 18th of February, judgment was delivered, and although the judgment says that it's delivered on the 12th of March, that is in fact not correct. It was in fact delivered on the 18th of February.
The price of chicken is going up by 6 cents per pound. The president of the Poultry Association, Armando Coa, explained that the last price increase was 5 years ago and the increase follows their strategy of planned increases. He said the increase was in the pipeline for about 6 months.
Farmers need to make more money. I mean, it's not like they're making a lot of money out of it. I mean, the profit margin for farmers is very, very small. And they are a diversified group of farmers, so they don't really depend on just one industry for their income. And that is why we are able to move along the way we do. It has to do so that the farmers can recover their cost of production as well. You know, the wholesale price went up by 6 cents, and I know the retailers had already put an increase before our increase. Because if you look at the SIB report for January, for ending last year for January that came out, they were retailing at around $3.25 per pound. Our wholesale price ended last year at around 280. I don't have the exact figure in my head right now, but a little bit above 280 per pound wholesale. When you go to a restaurant, how much do you pay for a plate of food?
Between $10 to $15, rice and beans, basic food.
Exactly. So how 6 cents will move that needle up? Because you don't get a chicken in the rice and beans. But they have always used that excuse, because the last time we did the price increase by 5 cents, we got the same backlash that, I have to increase the price of my food, I have to increase the price of tacos, I can't sell tacos $3 again, I want to sell it $2. Come on, it's just a ripoff.
After the break, a new KHMH CEO appointed. Stay with us.
El rotavirus es una de las principales causas de diarrea acuosa severa y vómitos en niños. Puede causar deshidratación severa y hospitalizaciones. La buena noticia es que la vacuna contra el rotavirus ya está disponible. Se administra por gotas orales a los 2, 4 y 6 meses de edad. Protege tu bebé. Visite hoy su centro de salud más cercano.
Running a business in Belize and getting an international order? Shipping your products abroad is simple with the Belize Postal Service. To quickly confirm the order, you can fill out your customs declaration right from the comfort of your home. To access the declaration form online, please visit the following websites. Simply enter your item in the CDS web kiosk to instantly see the landed cost, duties, taxes, and fees. Postage rates can be checked on your rate sheets. Share the landed cost with your customer and finalize the sale in minutes. Once the sale is confirmed, the system generates your declaration identification number, your key to a smooth and fast drop-off. And if you don't have internet access, you can always visit any of our post offices for assistance. Bring your unsealed package and declaration ID to any Belize Postal Service location. Our clerks will verify your items, seal your package, and prepare your declaration, quick and simple. It's fast, simple, reliable. The Belize Postal Service, connecting your business to the world.
Kite flying is fun, but it can also be dangerous. Fly kites safely by following these tips. Never use wire, metallic thread, or wire-reinforced strings. You could be electrocuted. Remember, even a safely built kite can cause a power outage if it gets caught in a power line. Always use paper, plastic, or wood to build kites. Never fly kites near power lines, in the path of traffic, aircrafts, or near highways. Always fly kites with a responsible adult, in open areas, in dry weather, and with clear visibility. Never attempt to remove your kite from a power line. Always call BEL at 0800-235-2273 if your kite gets caught in a power line. Belize Electricity Limited. We care about your safety.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
It is with deepest sadness, unwavering love, and God's acceptance of his life that we announce the untimely transition of a dearly beloved son, brother, grandson, uncle, cousin, friend, and talented Belizean artist who made our country proud on the international stage, and Fernie Akeem Pollard, affectionately known as Big Bang Manifest. And Fernie is predeceased by his uncle Ken Medina, cousins Michael Pollard Jr., Rashid Pollard, Shanika Pollard, and Kiana Kiki Pollard, grandfather Thomas Medina. Big Bang is survived and loved by his beloved mother Maureen Medina, father Alan Duck Pollard, grandfather Alan Pollard Sr., grandmothers Julia Medina and Primrose Pascasio, sisters Aliyah, Ashiandi, Afeni, Ada, and Ashari Pollard, Alicia Pollard Longsworth, and Adaja Pollard Card, brothers Alan Jr., Antoine, Aiden, Ari, and Ajan Pollard, brother-in-law Dixie Longsworth, sister-in-law Corey Card, nieces Anai Clark and Amani Longsworth, nephew Dion DJ Longsworth, special cousins Kayan Alvarado and Philip Wade Jr., aunts Carlene Wade, Sheila Pollard Young, Cordelia Laurel Humes, Marlene Julie Jameson, Lydia Jenkins, Stephanie Hemsley, Alana Pollard Suarez, and Sharon Torres. Uncles Marlon Medina, Michael, Elwin and Kevin Pollard, and George Hendy. Mentor Neville Moyer. Big Bang, as he was affectionately known, will be loved and cherished by a host of cousins, friends, and supporters of his musical career in Belize and abroad in the USA. The family would like to take this time to thank everyone who donated, as well as those who shared, prayed, and offered support. Your love and generosity has carried us through this painful time. The homegoing service to honor his talent and reminisce on his 31 years of life will be held on Sunday, 15 March, at the Mount Zion Seventh-day Adventist Tabernacle on Yarborough Road, Belize City, Belize. His casket will be received for viewing at 9 a.m. The Mass will commence at 10 a.m. Interment follows at the Lord's Ridge Cemetery, George Price Highway in Belize City. And Fernie Akeem Pollard, Big Bang Manifest. First Lyric 8th May 1994. Final bar 28 January 2026.
My life been changing phases. Way too real, can't fake this. I just woke up, I'm famous. Pour another cup, I'm faded.
Is that all?
This is everything.
Your Belize City Council, in collaboration with the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing, would like to update residents on the temporary traffic adjustments that will accompany the upcoming bridge infrastructure upgrades across our city. These major works, running through the 2026 to 2029 period, include the reconstruction of the Belcan Bridge and the Swing Bridge to improve long-term safety and city mobility. To help residents move safely and efficiently, here is the proposed flow of traffic. If you are coming into Belize City from the Philip Colson Highway, drivers are strongly encouraged to use the Chetumal Street Bridge as your main access route. This corridor is designated for highway traffic and heavy vehicles to reduce congestion in Midtown and downtown areas. If you are traveling toward the school zone along Princess Margaret Drive, this area remains accessible directly from the Philip Colson Highway. When traveling south to north through the Belcan Bridge area, traffic will flow one way only over the Evergreen Street Temporary Bridge crossing. Drivers should follow Central American Boulevard to Mahogany Street, continue onto Evergreen Street, and proceed to Philip Colson Highway, then toward Freetown Road. If you are traveling north to south toward downtown, make use of the temporary crossings from Hydes Lane. Traffic will flow one way from Queen Street to New Road into Hydes Lane, then through Regent Street West. Please note that the temporary crossings are designated to accommodate standard-sized vehicles and buses only. Heavy trucks and oversized vehicles will not be permitted to use this route and are advised to use the Chetumal Street Bridge or Bell China Bridge. Both the Bell China Bridge and Chetumal Street Bridge will remain open for two-way traffic and will serve as important relief routes for all commuters, including emergency access across the city. Residents should also plan travel carefully around peak congestion periods. Traffic is expected to be extremely busy between 6:30 to 8:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m., and 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Whenever possible, adjust travel times to avoid these peak windows. Parking restrictions along Evergreen Street and Hydes Lane will be in place to keep traffic flowing safely. Please follow all traffic signs and guidance from traffic officers. We understand that these adjustments will require patience. However, these temporary measures are necessary to deliver safer, stronger, and more resilient infrastructure for Belize City's future. Together, we will navigate this transition and build a better connected city. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Sea una persona ocupada o atrapada en el tráfico, o que tenga una circunstancia adversa o muy exigente, la tensión se acumula y lo estresa. El estrés ataca a todos en cualquier momento, a cualquier edad. El estrés es un asesino. Es mejor estar vivo que muerto, así que visite la farmacia de Freetown para obtener opciones.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué puedo hacer para usted hoy?
Estoy bien estresado.
Ok, tengo una pastilla que te va a ayudar, ¿ok? Que toma una de eso al día para 10 días y va a estar bien después, ¿sabes?
Ok. Farmacia Freetown, carretera 28 Freetown, donde estás mejor vivo que muerto. Farmacia Freetown, teléfono 22 32 87 6.
Our Belize City is growing because of continued investment. From rehabilitated streets to expanding neighborhoods, significant investments are improving how our city functions and how our communities live. In the last 2 years alone, more than 250 streets have been rehabilitated, representing almost $34 million invested directly in physical infrastructure that improves access and quality of life. At the same time, the city continues to expand. Developments such as the Holy Emmanuel area, also known as Gungulung, reflect increased demand for land and housing as Belize City expands in a more sustainable and resilient way. These planned developments support safer communities and long-term sustainability, contributing to rising property values across the city. Under the Town's Property Evaluation Act, property values are required to be reviewed every 5 years. The last valuation adjustment was done in 2013. This adjustment simply brings property values closer to today's market reality, while the tax rate itself remains unchanged. Let's break it down. For a vacant property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 2% rate, which works out to a payment of $500. Under the new assessment, the property value has appreciated by 40%, making the property now worth $35,000. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 2% of $35,000, which works out to $700. For an occupied property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 10% rate, which works out to $2,500. Under the new assessment, the property's value has appreciated by 18%, making the property now worth $29,500. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 10% of $29,500, which works out to $2,950. To support property owners, your Belize City Council is encouraging residents to take advantage of the ongoing property tax prepayment incentives. Property owners receive 15% off in January, 10% off in February, and 5% in March. And senior citizens receive a 35% discount year-round. Remember, this adjustment represents an appreciation in your property's worth, not a change in tax rates, ensuring continued investment in your city while providing valuable data for informing investors, municipal bondholders, and individual credit assessments. And we want residents to know the law provides a clear mechanism for review and appeal if needed. Those who believe their valuation does not fairly reflect their property have the right to engage the Belize City Valuation Appeals Board. Your Belize City Council remains committed to openness, accountability, and ensuring that growth is managed fairly for everyone. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
A new CEO has finally been appointed at the Carl Hushner Memorial Hospital to replace Chandra Nisbet Cancino, who departed at the end of her contract in mid-October last year. The selection panel interviewed 5 candidates last month and chose Shireen Reyes, the current KHMH Finance Director, as the new top executive at the National Referral Hospital. Other candidates interviewed were Dr. Gilroy Middleton, former Immigration CEO and University Professor, former Acting Labor Commissioner Anne-Marie Thompson, Timothy Seguro, who previously acted as CEO and serves as the Assistant Administrator, and Gilda Diaz-Hall. On Thursday, police provided additional information on the ongoing investigation regarding the deceased Canadian man whose body was discovered on a catamaran named Melinda, which drifted into Belizean waters on Tuesday. The deceased, who was traveling from Honduras to the Cayman Islands, has been identified as 72-year-old Thomas David Harmon of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Harmon reportedly suffered a heart attack and died aboard Melinda on Monday. Here is ASP Stacey Smith with more information.
The investigators, as well as the scenes of crime technician, awaited the arrival of the vessel, and upon boarding it, they confirmed that in fact a deceased person, who was later identified to be Thomas David Harmon, a 72-year-old British Columbia, Canada, was discovered. The scene was processed by scenes of crime technician, and the body now awaits a post-mortem examination. What we know so far is that the vessel is believed to have departed Honduras around the 9th of March, and sometime during that day, a distress signal was sent to the Honduran authorities. This information was communicated, and efforts were made by both the Honduran authorities as well as Canadian authorities to locate the vessel with a view to bringing it to shore. Communication was made by the Honduran authorities to the Belize rescue team, and they were advised as to the specific location, and they were able to go out and make that rescue and bring the ship to the catamaran to dock.
Reports are that the coach of the NEBL's Griga Dream Ballers, Stephen Williams Jr., was shot at some time last night in Dangriga Stan Creek after the team's practice session. Williams told police he was inside his vehicle with 2 others when they heard the shots. Fortunately, there are no reports of injuries. Reports are that it may be a case of mistaken identity. Police are investigating. Police have charged Glenn Murillo of Los Lagos, Belize District with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. The incident occurred when police were conducting a special operation in Ladyville on March 11 at a residence near Mile 14 on the Philip Golson Highway. Police noticed Murillo was walking towards the back of the property, which led to police searching him. ASP Stacey Smith shared more details.
Police have formally arrested and charged Glenn Murillo for the offense of kept firearm without a gun license and 2 counts of kept ammunition without a gun license. These arrests follows an operation conducted by Special Branch and Quick Response Team personnel in Ladyville on 11 March 2026 at approximately 5:50 p.m. The arresting officer reported that they visited a residence near Mile 13 on the George Price Highway with a view to executing a search, and upon their arrival, they observed a male person, later identified as Murillo, making his way to the rear of the property. Murillo was pursued, and when he was intercepted, he was found in possession of a 9mm pistol, which contained a magazine with 15 live rounds of 9mm ammunition. A subsequent search was conducted at Murillo's residence, which is located in Los Lagos, and a search of that residence led to the discovery of 3 9mm magazines and an additional 16 live rounds of 9mm ammunition.
After the break, veteran journalist Ruben Morales Iglesias in coma following stroke. Stay tuned.
Rotavirus is a leading cause of severe watery diarrhea and vomiting in young children. It can lead to dangerous dehydration and hospital visits. The good news? The rotavirus vaccine is now available countrywide. It is given in drops at 2, 4, and 6 months of age. Protect your child. Visit your nearest health clinic today.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
For any project, big or small, Best Screws provide strength, efficiency, durability, and affordability. Get the screws specifically designed for your next project. Get Best Screws, the power to build, the strength to last. Available at Benny's, quality and savings.
The Social Security Board's new whistleblower reporting system makes it easy and confidential to speak up by reporting misuse of the Social Security services and benefits, including fraud, misconduct, false claims, and more. If you know of any unethical or illegal activity relating to SSB benefits, claims, or personnel, go to ssbspeakup.integrityline.com or use our toll-free hotline 0800-SPEAK-UP, 0800-773-2587. This confidential reporting system is a way for you to report concerns or incidents privately without fear of reprisal. Your submission is confidential and anonymous. The Social Security Board is committed to providing a secure, confidential medium for whistleblowing that promotes organizational accountability and enhances public confidence in our services.
It is with deepest sadness, unwavering love, and God's acceptance of his life that we announce the untimely transition of a dearly beloved son, brother, grandson, uncle, cousin, friend, and talented Belizean artist. who made our country proud on the international stage, and Fernie Akeem Pollard, affectionately known as Big Bang Manifest. And Fernie is predeceased by his uncle Ken Medina, cousins Michael Pollard Jr., Rashid Pollard, Shanika Pollard, and Kiana Kiki Pollard, grandfather Thomas Medina. Big Bang is survived and loved by his beloved mother Maureen Medina, father Alan Duck Pollard, grandfather Alan Pollard Sr., grandmothers Julia Medina and Primrose Pascasio, sisters Aaliyah, Ashiandi, Afeni, Ada, and Ashari Pollard, Alicia Pollard Longsworth, and Adaja Pollard Card, brothers Alan Jr., Antoine, Aiden, Ari, and Ajan Pollard, brother-in-law Dixie Longsworth, sister-in-law Corey Card, nieces Anai Clark and Amani Longsworth, nephew Dion DJ Longsworth, special cousins Kayan Alvarado and Philip Wade Jr., aunts Carlene Wade, Sheila Pollard Young, Cordelia Laurel Humes, Marlene Julie Jameson, Lydia Jenkins, Stephanie Hemsley, Alana Pollard Suarez, and Sharon Torres, uncles Marlon Medina, Michael, Elwin and Kevin Pollard, and George Hendy, mentor Neville Moyer. Big Bang, as he was affectionately known, will be loved and cherished by a host of cousins, friends, and supporters of his musical career in Belize and abroad in the USA. The family would like to take this time to thank everyone who donated, as well as those who shared, prayed, and offered support. Your love and generosity has carried us through this painful time. The homegoing service to honor his talent and reminisce on his 31 years of life will be held on Sunday, 15 March, at the Mount Zion Seventh-day Adventist Tabernacle on Yarborough Road, Belize City, Belize. His casket will be received for viewing at 9 a.m. The Mass will commence at 10 a.m. Interment follows at the Lord's Ridge Cemetery, George Price Highway in Belize City. And Fernie Akeem Pollard, Big Bang Manifest. First lyric 8th May 1994. Final bar 28 January 2026.
My life been changing phases. Way too real, can't fake this. I just woke up, I'm famous. Pour another cup, I'm faded.
Juliancho Technical High School rolled out the Education Upliftment Program in the school year 2025-2026. Under this program, first farm students are able to get free uniform, 3 sets of uniform, and all students at Juliancho Technical High School receive free tuition, free meals. In addition, all students are provided with transportation to school and back at home daily. Most of the parents are very grateful for this opportunity, as it is a rural area and one that has economic hardship.
Most times I would think, why don't I just stop school and try help them around? Because money, financially, it may be a bit hard, but with this upliftment program, it balanced our lives out to creating a better environment for both me and my sister.
It hurted a bit seeing my grandparents struggle, trying to find $1 here and then to send me to school. I was sad, I was depressed, I didn't feel the urge to come to school anymore. But now, with this upliftment program, it helped me a lot, and I really want to further my education.
We were financially burdened and we were struggling, and it was very stressful. But when we heard this project has been in play, it has decreased the financial burden. And also recently, since I was diagnosed with lupus, financially, it has played a big part of our life. It was mentally challenging, to say the least. Also couldn't concentrate very good. But now with this project, everything just flow more smoothly.
The family of journalist Ruben Morales Iglesias is asking the public to keep him in their prayers after he suffered a stroke on Thursday night. According to the family, Morales Iglesias is currently hospitalized and is in a coma under close medical observation. The family has promised to keep the public informed on his condition. An Orange Walk man, 43-year-old Giovanni Javier Chin, was detained by police pending charges after he collided into a police vehicle around 12:30 this morning in Orange Walk Town. According to the initial investigation, Chin was driving a white Buick Encore SUV and was attempting to exit Shell One stop gas station on the Belize Corzal Road when he collided into a parked police pickup truck, causing minor damages. According to police, a strong smell of alcohol was detected on his breath. He was transported to the Orange Walk police station where he provided a urine sample for testing. Police investigations continue. In sporting news, the sole Friday night game in the NEBL tonight will see the undefeated Orange Walk Running Rebels visit the capital city to take on the Belmopan Trojans inside the UB Gymnasium at 8 p.m. tonight. The Rebels have been on a winning streak, but the Trojans hope that new addition Rondi Hackett can make a difference. Hackett just arrived in the country today and stopped by the zinc fence before heading to Belmopan. He said despite the quick turnaround, he will be ready for tonight's key matchup.
Man, I love Belize. I've been here before, so this a comeback for me to come back here and really show love to the people and put on the show for this team.
And you're scheduled to play tonight. How will you handle that quick turnaround?
Fresh off the plane, man. We're gonna get here, get some fuel in me, man, get some food, man. Work the plane ride off my legs, and then I'm be ready to go, get some rest, and get ready for the night.
And for those who are not used to your game, tell us about how you play on the court.
I'm an athletic, wiry guy. I score at all three levels. I like to play a lot of defense. I'm all over the floor. I like to rebound, block a lot of shots, and just keep the energy high for my team.
Okay, and what can Belmopan fans expect from you, or any message you have for them?
A lot of energy, and we up, and it's time to, we at the beginning of the season. It's time to go up from here.
And the annual Women in Art exhibition opens tonight at the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts in Belize City. Director of the Institute of Creative Arts, Kim Vasquez, explained that the free exhibit will feature the works and art of over 100 women from across the country in various expressions of art. She also spoke of another event scheduled for Saturday.
And this year we are honored, we are humbled to showcase the work of 105 women, and this includes 26 writers and poets as well. We also have, alongside the exhibit this year, we also have a publication, a digital publication with the writing and the poetry, as well as the art exhibit that we are showcasing. So what is it called? It's called Women in Art, and this is an annual exhibit that we do here at ICA. We've been doing this since 2009, I believe, and it changes every year because we put out an open call from in January. There are no age restrictions. I can tell you that this year we have participants as young as 8, as well as some women in their 70s participating. We have emerging artists. That's another nice thing about this year. We have a lot of new artists that are showcasing their work, exhibiting their work for the first time. And we also have tomorrow night as well, we have Painting in Pairs, which is an event that we've been doing recently, where we encourage 2 sisters, 2 co-workers, a mother, a daughter, 2 cousins, granny, granddaughter, to come and create artwork together that is facilitated by Artist Gala. And it's a wonderful bonding experience, something to do in celebration of Women's Month as well.
It's a free exhibit, right? And what are the times?
Yes, the exhibit is free. Opening night tonight is also free. We have a program with a guest speaker. We have performances, and of course, we will be, opening the exhibit as well, and that is free. And the Painting in Pairs tomorrow is, unfortunately, I believe, fully booked as of this morning, but that was $45 per pair. And again, that is through the assistance of Special Envoy, Her Excellency Rosana Briceño, who partners with us each year to do Painting in Pairs.
One of the co-curators of the exhibit is Sadie Moore, who explained the overall theme of the exhibit and the story it tells.
It's a collaboration. We have two curators this year. We have myself and we have artist Gayla, who is the other curator. She curated actually last year's Women in Art alone, but this year they decided to do a collaborative effort. So the exhibition itself, this year we have a lot of submissions. We have literary submissions, over 25 women submitted more than one literary submissions. We have fashion, we have paintings, and we have performance art as well. So the story that Gayla decided to tell is a story of transformation and of a story, because we are dealing with balancing the scales. We also wanted to show a story of equity, women having a table equitably at against men. Women's standards in terms of how they balance motherhood, how they balance their lives, and their professional career, and all the changes that their bodies go through over the years. So we started with the birth, and then we moved all the way around to transformation, including menopause and all those things that affect women as they age.
And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeat can be viewed on this station later tonight at 9 and again tomorrow at midday. Join us again on Monday for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BHNI app. I am Drea Espinosa. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend.